Hello everyone and welcome to my channel Body Mind Healing. My name is Maria Sanchez. I am a holistic health consultant, a family nurse practitioner, a psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner, and a doctor in nursing practice. The case for today is the past comes back for review. Why is it that everything I thought was healed is coming back to my life? This is exhausting. I feel powerless. I don't know what to do anymore. Everything in the universe is cyclical. It moves in a spiral. When we think something is over, in reality, it is just a new phase that has begun. That is why we get the impression that situations are repeating, that they keep coming back, and that fact discourages us. Our healing happens in layers, meaning our evolutionary path happens in a spiral, and this rotation pattern causes us to revisit the same experiences later, but only for us to experience them from a more conscious space. It is like a test to see if we are ready to transcend those processes. And once there are no more traces left, once there is nothing else to heal, those challenges will not present themselves again. Another point to keep in mind is that the times both the planet and humanity are going through are favorable for us to become conscious, to heal, release, let go, and free ourselves from the burdens of the past that keeps us sick and in everlasting suffering. We also must understand that every process we experience, whether physical, mental, or emotional, has the sole purpose of showing us those parts of ourselves that have not yet healed and that need our attention in order to do so. To heal, we need to become conscious of all the traumas, energies, wounds, and emotions that are trapped and rooted deep within our subconscious and unconscious. When we notice that we are living the same experiences as before, that those trials are repeating themselves, it is the signal life sends us to let us know that we have not done our homework. It shows us that we have not yet healed nor transcended those processes. In other words, the lessons and repetitive cycles are indicators of what requires healing and resolution within us. But we must not misinterpret these circumstances. It is not that the universe is evil or is punishing us. On the contrary, it is the universe in its infinite benevolence pushing us toward what is blocking us, allowing us to heal, free ourselves from density, grow, and evolve. However, it does not end here. The other part of the story is that planet Earth is moving to a higher vibrational frequency, and for us to continue inhabiting it, we need to increase our own vibration. Otherwise, it will be impossible for us to sustain the new energy for long. Proof of this is the myriads of unexplained symptoms we have been experiencing at all levels, for the vast majority of us since 2012. This is precisely what space weather in general, and solar flares specifically, are helping us to achieve. The voltage of subtle energy that has been entering the planet is inviting us to shed the past, to open ourselves to a higher state of consciousness, to process physical, mental, and emotional traumas, to transcend duality, and to increase our vibrational frequency, because none of this is compatible with the new energy of the planet. In other words, the planet's new energy cannot sustain density, so our energy must become more subtle. Yes, indeed, this process of releasing the old and transforming into beings of greater light has been causing us confusion, anguish, and physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual fatigue. It feels as if this process has no end. It feels as if we're stuck at a crossroads, repeating past experiences and reopening chapters we thought were complete. Yes, my brothers and sisters, these sensations and discomforts are the result of being between two frequency levels, one dense and the other more subtle, and this is difficult for our minds and bodies to interpret. Awakening and aligning with who we truly are, beings of light and love, is complex and difficult to experience. Solar energy is helping us purge and cleanse the old and make space for the new. Space weather is helping us leave density behind and resonate with more subtle frequencies. Yes, these energies are very intense for our dense bodies, which is why we experience so many symptoms, including anxiety, panic, fear, palpitations, general pain, headaches, stomach aches, nausea, dizziness, body tremors, blurred vision, etc. That is why it is vital to rest as much as possible, stay hydrated, connect with nature, and listen to our bodies, providing them with what they need to make this process as bearable as possible. Rest allows the body to process energy without resistance. Hydration allows the body to flow with the energy as it uses a lot of water to process. Being in nature helps transfer excess energy to the earth. Listening to the body is the highest form of self-love, respect, and compassion for this wonderful vehicle that is allowing us to feel, release, process, heal, and awaken. Now, it is important to understand that we are changing on every level, and that includes our social life, our relationships. Many people who no longer resonate with us, who are not compatible with our new energy, are moving away. Those around us who are not vibrating in sync with us will depart, and those who match our frequency will be drawn to our path. And it is not that we are becoming alone, but rather we are shedding the old, that which no longer serves a purpose in our lives, and making room for the new. We are becoming more in tune with who we truly are. It is a new era and a planetary and human transition. Let us release resistance, understand, accept, and open ourselves to this ascension process. We asked for it, and it is now among us. Let us welcome it and do the best we can to facilitate our transition and awakening. May the inner peace that we cultivate today expand and guide us always. Until next time.